Hey there neighbors, Kevin here with eTrailer, and today we have a 2017 Jayco Eagle Fifth Wheel trailer, and we are going to be taking a look at and test fitting in our Thomas Payne Signature Swivel RV Recliner with footrest in the Dellmead style here. So initial impressions of our recliner here. This is more of that paw style chair. This has got more of a fabric feel to it versus your leathers, so there are some trade-offs with that. Obviously this one going to be a little bit more comfortable than the leather. You're not going to stick to it if you have your skin touching it when it's a hot, sweaty day, or if it's real cold. You're not going to have it touch your skin and be like, oh, this is too cold for me to sit down on. This is going to be perfect no matter what temperature you're sitting in it. The trade-off is, though, that with this not being a leather, if I spilt anything on this, it's most likely going to stain the fabric, and now I'm looking at a bigger cleanup or needing some extra kind of cleaner tool to actually get that stain out of it. Aside from that, functionality-wise, this is definitely the chair for me because I am the person that's going to sit there and rock back and forth in my chair, whether my chair can rock or not. So having that ability to sit here and just rock back and forth while I can sit across from the fireplace and TV here would make it a much more enjoyable experience for me because I can fidget and not annoy anyone else near me. Aside from that, we also are going to have the reclining function with the back here. Now there's no pull cord. There is going to be a little latch on the side that you're going to need to use, and that is on the right side if you're sitting into the couch, or recliner I should say. Pretty simple operation. Just pull that. Once you pull that, that's going to release the footrest. Now the footrest is going to lock it to where we can't rock back and forth, but that's going to unlatch also our reclining function, so that way we can go all the way back if we want to take a nap or really recline and relax, or we can still just keep it up and sit up while having our feet up as well. Now, I will say, sitting in each one of these recliners, this one has the longest footrest, I should say. This one kind of feels more comfortable than the rest I've had. A lot of them, my feet, I feel like are kind of hanging a little bit more off. That not really what I personally would like. I like to have it where just kind of the edge of my heel is kind of right at it. So this one is right chair for me, I should say. But going forward, let's get some measurements. Let's see if it's the right one for you. So overall, space for our butt here is going to be right at 20.5 inches in width, and not depressing the cushion at all. We're sitting right around 21 inches to the edge. So pretty deep to sit into. Height-wise for our backrest is going to be right at 22 inches, maybe a little bit more. It's a little hard to tell just because obviously we have our cushion here that can kind of move. The other thing here, which kind of goes back to what I was talking about with my feet kind of hanging off. So our height here, obviously you don't want to sit in a chair where your feet are going to be kind of off the ground a little bit and you can't really touch the floor, or where you're sitting so high where you kind of feel like your knees are too high. For that, we're looking right around 19.5 inches for our height up to our seat here. Now, if the Dellmead isn't the right color for you, with this being more of a whiter color, there are darker options as well if you're really trying to hide any kind of stains or marks you might leave on there just with daily use, or if you just know, hey, this doesn't match the aesthetics of my trailer at all, I want a different color, then we do have that option for you, regardless of what style of chair you go with or couch. Definitely check out some of the other videos. Matt has a bunch of great options for you with the other colors of this specific style, so definitely check out his video as well, and you can really see what's going to be the right option for you. This is essentially how it's going to come. Obviously it'll be in a box, it's going to have some wrapping over it, but once you get it out of that, it's going to be just two separate pieces here. So we're going to have our back and then our base there. Obviously base is going to be the problem area when it comes to actually getting it in your RV. So the first thing you typically want to do is start over with your entryway and figuring out how much space that we actually have to work with. Now, I've already measured this a few times. I've got my tape measure inside, so we'll just get past it. I already know this is 28 3/8 of an inch from flange to flange. So that is going to be the opening that we have here. Make sure that you are measuring from the flange and you're not measuring just from the threshold. You don't want to do that because then you're going to add on extra space that you don't actually have. Now with this, it's going to be pretty simple. It is light enough that you could probably do it with just one person, but obviously having a second set of hands will make it a lot easier. You can just pop in the backing, and then I'm going to tilt the base on its side so that way it's a little bit thinner, and then we can walk it through. But what you're looking for measurement-wise is at least 26 inches for that door opening, so that way you can easily get it in. This one is going to be a little bit heavier than some of those other recliners just because it does have that swivel base, and it can kind of rock back and forth. Now, I've got a door handle and a fire extinguisher I got to kind of fight past here, so I think what I'm going to do is set this down a bit so that way I can clear both. And we also have another door handle on the way too. We're inside, we can squeeze past our table here, drop down our base, and make sure you leave yourself a little bit of room at the back because we are going to need to attach the backing. Now that's going to have two different tracks. There's going to be one that's going to go on this side, one go on the other. So it's super simple to just pop right in. So make sure you get both sides in. There's just going to be a little latch, which you can see right here. It's going to bite right into that square opening. That's what's going to lock it in place. Once you have it locked in place, if you look at the back, the fabric is going to have some hook and loop fasteners. And then there's also going to be that on the bottom here, so that way we can hide that opening and make our fabric complete all the way around. So once you have the back on and you got that all tucked in on the fabric on the back side, really it's just coming down to positioning now. So when it comes to our clearance from the wall, we want to have about 10 inches from the back of our headrest here up to the wall. That's going to allow us to be able to not only use that rocking function, but also so that way when we put it into reclining mode, we can have that fully go back, and then you still got a little bit of wiggle room so that it can move around. But with that in place, this is something where you don't have to worry about it needing to be drilled into the floor. This is going to be heavy enough. It should sit here even if you are going down some bumpy roads. But in my mind, with that amount of space behind there, I'd probably want to throw something back there to just kind of help prevent that from really rocking back and forth the whole time, maybe beating against the window, or I'd maybe just slide it up against the wall so that way it doesn't have that option. It's only going to kind of sit right here, and then once we close our slide in, I'd probably throw something in front of it once again just so it can't keep just beating against the window like that. But that is pretty much going to do it for our look at and install of the Thomas Payne Signature Swivel RV Recliner in the Dellmead style here in our 2017 Jayco Eagle Fifth Wheel trailer. My name's Kevin. If you still have some questions about what's going to be the right piece of furniture for your RV, please feel free to reach out to us via our Ask the Experts link, a comment on this video, or a phone call to our customer service department, and we'd be happy to help you out in your journey.